Here's the episode of Pawn Shop Finds. This is a Gretsch bass. It's a short scale bass. It's about the size of a guitar, and it's model 2220. It's the Junior Jet bass from Gretsch, and it has a 30-inch scale. And so here is the Stratocaster I use most of the time. As you can see, it's about the size. It's real close to the bass here. And so this short scale bass is a lot easier to play for me. I'm a guitar player. I've been a guitar player my whole life. I consider myself a guitar player. I'm not really a bass player. But I thought in the last couple of years that I've been seeing bands, some things I want to put together. I kind of want to put together a punk band, and I saw this at the pawn shop, and I thought, you know what? I can. This actually plays great. So the strings here are fantastic. They're basically are wounded, so there's no. It doesn't hurt the fingers at all on it. I mean, I can use a pick. I'm trying to be more of a bass player, so I'm using my fingers. And I play classical guitar, so doing that all day long is not a problem. It has two humbuckers on it. It's got a rosewood neck here. It's 30 inches, 0.3. That's the scale of it. And it's real close. And typically, bass is 34 inches. So the stretch is a pretty big stretch. So I actually can do the guitar thing for octaves. You know, I'm trying to do the bass thing where you use your pinky for the octaves. But it's really comfortable to move around. So since it is a short scale bass, you can get some subtones that you don't get from a normal full-size bass, and get some cool sounds. But I'm not tired at all. I've been playing guitar forever, and this bass here would allow me to be able to do a lot of fun things. So at first I'll do a lot of roots, a lot of root fifths, root octaves. I can walk it a little bit. It's been really fun. I got this yesterday. I've been playing around it the last couple of hours, and it's been really fun to play this. I do have a full-size bass. I have a nice Squire jazz bass that was made in Korea, and I really like that a lot. But it is a full-size bass, and I get a little tired playing it. This here. I'm ready to go on the road. So it has a cool looking shape to it. There's a bunch of them out here. This one had a ton of stickers on it. So I thought I'll just keep it on here for release right now. Makes it look more like a rock and roller or a punk rocker and whatnot. Normally I don't put stickers on my guitar, and normally I wouldn't like it, but I think for this particular bass, it actually works kind of cool. It kind of looks really well. These retail for about $450. I see them everywhere online for about $300 range. You might even pick it up for half that cost. You find it in a pawn shop and whatnot like that. So it sounds great. I'm not really much of a bass player. At first, I think I was going to do a lot of roots. But I can definitely have that low end and help out a band and whatnot like that. And I'll probably use this on some recordings also as well. I do like that particular Squire bass a lot. I really like the sound on that one as well. But this has some unique sounds. So a couple of songs, maybe the more punk rocky type songs that I write, I'll use this bass on. So I really like this guitar a great deal. This bass here a great deal. If you're a guitar player and you've been wanting to play bass or need to play bass because you can't find a reliable bass player, or there's nobody in your area, and so you need to convert from guitar to bass, you can see not that much difference. There is a difference, but it's not near the stretch of a full-size bass. So that's really, to me, that's really cool. And for you all out there, I think in a lot of aspects, it would be really fun if you're a guitar player. There's a lot of really cool theory you can do with bass lines and whatnot like that. And really, honestly, if you're a guitar player switching to bass, the less is more. Just play root at first. And then you can do more fancier stuff down the line when you get more comfortable. So if you want to do some bass solos or whatever, you can go to town with it. So the tone's pretty cool. So you can really get some cool different sounds. And actually right now I'm playing through a guitar amp right now, which probably shouldn't be doing, but it's rock and roll, so what are you going to do, you know? So yeah, this is a really fun bass. And if you play guitar, you know the notes already, so you can kind of just move around. So if you're reading lead sheets, you see a G, play a G, you see a C, E minor chord, you know. And if you want to do root fifth, you can walk it, of course, just using scales. And of course, you also have the chromatic line. One of those notes bound to hit the right place if you get the chromatic scale going on. So I am having a great time playing this bass. I can't wait to play it a whole lot more. And maybe you'll see some more videos of me playing the bass and whatnot like that. So it's really fun. I like that it's the size of the guitar. For me, just because I don't have to worry about stretching my fingers a whole lot more than a regular guitar. This is not that much more of a stretch. Usually on the bass here, I would have to absolutely use my pinky for the octave here. I don't have to. But again, I'm trying to sound like a bass player, so. And there's so many cool bass lines I want to play, but I don't want to get any copyright infringements and stuff like that. So there's several bass lines that I already knew from playing guitar, and they're really quite fun to play. And hopefully I'll come up with some really cool bass lines in the future as well. So I do recommend this Gretsch guitar, this model 2220, the Junior Jet, and go out there, and for a price point, it's not too bad. It's a great short scale bass, and for me, it's going to be perfect. I'll be honest with you, I didn't before yesterday. I didn't even know they had short scale basses this common. I knew they had smaller basses for young students and whatnot like that, but I didn't realize there was actually a quality instrument that actually stayed in tune out there. And there's several other brands. This is just happened to be the one I saw at the pawn shop and took it home with me. As always, rock and roll, and of course, it does compute. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll do some more bass lessons and talk about guitar players going to bass, playing bass. I think I'm going to spend this semester working on the bass and come up with some really cool things. And maybe I get a punk band, get a power punk band trio going on. That would be great, right? As always, rock and roll. And of course, it does compute. Especially if you play the bass. Computed.